We shall start this stream with some calming, relaxing breaths. We are responding, not reacting. It's 11:11. Kim White, so should I. I would like to be sleeping. After my last couple live streams earlier today, I felt my eyes were starting to burn. And yes, I got a very good night's sleep last night. And I went and laid for a minute and I was out for hours. And then I woke up so tired I could barely, when you're so tired, you're awake, but you can't even open your eyes yet. I was going through that. I was struggling to open my eyes for like 20 minutes. I was so tired. So as I've said, and I'm going to preface everything for until I don't need to. Um, I'm not operating at full Kelly capacity. I'm sickly. You see it on my face. I don't know what's wrong with me. We're trying to figure it out. I'll survive, hopefully. That's the goal. So I'm very low energy. I'm talking really like monotone lately. I get fired up for minutes and moments and then I crash. Unstoppable SP. um, Hello everyone. This is a response, not a reaction, because I had the reaction. I was very upset. Now I'm responding to today. I absolutely did the YouTube thing. I was like, fudge it, fuck it. I don't know if I can, why I'm filtering fuck right now. Fuckity fuck fuck. um, I totally did the YouTube thing with the thumbnail. I also want Aaron to see this. I don't, and for anybody watching on replay, stick this in at least 1.25, 1.5, at least. Because lately I talk like this, and I've even had to speed up my videos like that I'm editing. So I'm talking like a freaking sloth. Okay. I know, I know. I think I know where to go for just that. So I'm responding, and I had to really put my ass in check and ask why. And the reason I'm going to do this is A, I feel called to, and B, I don't do, as you guys know, and I've said, I don't do calling out of people's. I let people figure their shit out for themselves. This is not like a I'm calling you out video. It's my reflections on how I saw some things unfold today. And I thought, I talked about it a bit in the live stream I did earlier where I was restreaming a streamer streaming. But then in watching some of other streams, restreaming the streamers, restreaming the streamers, restreaming, I realized I had more perspective and I want to share it. So I even added the at growing up in Scientology in my title, which I don't think I've ever really done. I'm hoping that he sees this. So in that regard, y'all know how I roll. Please be good in chat. Please be nice. Have feelings, state your opinions, but let's not go on a massive like raging name calling venture. Okay. Hi, everyone. I see you all. What's up, Vince, Nictology? Auntie M, I saw you first. I saw that in chat. Thank you for anybody watching or watching Restream, etc. Hi, Christina. Thanks for being you. Thanks for being here. Hi, Kyle. If I didn't say it yet, what up, Rather Be Cajun? Cajun Juju, I was thinking about some of the work you do and the voice that you've been giving at meetings. Anyway, sitting on defense. I haven't seen you in a while. Good morning. I'm coming to Ireland this year. It was decided earlier. And hi, Sam. Hi, everyone. Stretch, Scott, Forever Young Stan. Okay. Chiara Zona. Y- Go, Aaron. No, we want him to stay. This is not an anti-Aaron situation, so I hope you stay as well. Actually, I did I put it in the title? I already forgot my title. This is not for my channel per se. This is not for my echo chamber of peoples. Not that everybody that watches my shit is all on toot toot all aboard the same page by any means, but it was actually in reading some of the comments and the viewers, it was from a perspective of being a viewer that I'm going to speak. It is from that perspective. Um, all right. Where do we begin? Just say no to war. That's number 1 for me. So, this is not a wanna go to war situation. This is not me. I really have no intention or plans on talking about this again. It's not my deal. Um, in fact, I think that's why sometimes I get frustrated and wanna talk about these things because there's so much other shit to focus on. Anyway, nope, I literally said, "Please be kind in chat and state it as your opinion." So that's your opinion. You're welcome to it. Uh, please state it as such, though. So, in my opinion, Nora has lost the plot, would fly easy peasy. But this is a not a space where we're just gonna shit all over each other. Poor favor. Thank you so much. And that goes for everybody. Everybody. Okay. I have a new Dear Journal I've been working on since the 6th. It is about the phrase war, going to war, and war. For me personally, in my life, I've never heard it used really that I can recall in context of a person to a person situation. I'm sure it has. I just haven't really heard it. And in no way have I heard it to the extent I have in the last year. And I know that's a Scientology thing. We've all seen it. I mean, they went to war with the IRS. So I know that that's sort of a language around that culture. But as we are not in it, a cult, and we're not in Scientology, and we're not Scientologists, or we wouldn't be on YouTube, I encourage us all to embrace just say no to war. So if somebody wants to wage said war, I just want to put out, although never mind, now I don't have to do my dear journal. We could just say no. No, nah. Okay. So yeah, this is not hate, this is frustration. That's all. And perspective, really. Just a perspective. Too much preface. I know that's how I roll. What else? That's that. Okay, so yeah. Let's start with um let's just get into this shit. All right. So the title of the video is where I just think we'll start, and then we'll go through there. Good night, MD Media. I was trying to say I had a nap, and I'm still exhausted and I want to go to sleep. um Anyway, so this is a different perspective. So again, this is not about humans having problems with humans. This or calling people out for bad behavior, actually. I mean, that's not my intention. I might get loosey goosey as I get tired, but for right now, I'm trying really hard to maintain focus on my goal, which is to share a perspective. So the title, Aaron, if you watch this and anybody that wants him to watch it, make sure to let him know to start it like whatever time it is. How long have I been yapping? 15 minutes? Oh, no, 10. 10 minutes of a preface. So I don't know. Actually, no, 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 no. Never mind. Start from the beginning, Aaron. I want you to hear that this isn't hate or war. That's how I roll. And that I'm advocating that people not shit on you in chat. Okay. Um, because I wanna stay focused, that's all. Freedom of speech, but don't be an asshole, that's how we roll. Okay. The title, sir. So this is to you, that's why I put your "at" in my title. This is me speaking to you. Why not private? Because it benefits no one if we do this. This is for the people. This is about me advocating for the people specifically that have to watch this shit. No, the people that have to watch this shit and the people that are working their fucking asses off to get shit done to expose and end Scientology. That's who I'm thinking of when I speak. I'm not speaking for anyone. So let's start with the title. That's inaccurate and it's dishonest and it's not true. And you know it. Um, so I think you may have possibly written that ahead of time, but still, regardless, not true again. So maybe it was an assumption, but it wasn't true. You didn't know he was being arrested. You stated here in your video. You're not sure if he's being arrested or if it's just a SWAT thing and they're going to clear it up and go. So please, for your audience sake and for the facts getting out to the masses about what Scientology might be up to or what is happening in the quote unquote protester world, I believe it's our responsibility to be as accurate as we can with our information. And why would I say this to you and not everybody else? Kelly, so many people I know. Are you kidding? If I wanted to call out everybody's inaccuracies, I could dedicate literally a 24/7 stream to doing that because we're humans. But I'm saying this to you because it feeds into the bigger picture of your audience and having such a large channel, which I believe, in my opinion, your channel size has the potential to really pull in so many people that want to support the efforts that are happening. And by creating by putting out information that's fake news. I don't believe it's I just think there's an ethical responsibility. I say the same thing for other channels, but nobody has a channel your size. So can we just agree that that's where I'm coming from? Great. That we agree. Great. Um, if you see something in chat that you don't like, put it in your journal. Don't respond. If it's really nasty and gross, give me the this emoji so I can stop and address it and get rid of it. Otherwise, I can't see it. Please do not shit on each other and fight or whatever. But feel free to debate. Heavy debate with an in my opinion, is welcome here. So starting the video at 9:20. I don't know why I'm at 25. I don't know what we're doing here. Did I mention I'm tired? I want to be in bed and I feel sickly. Great. Okay, so we'll just start there. So the title, please, come on now. Let's get real with it. Oh, you know what? Actually, how about this? Let's do this too. Just to clarify, in case people are unaware. I just stuck in the DuckDuckGo. What's the difference between being arrested and being detained? It gives you all the answers. So if you don't know, we'll just pull up the first thing that pops up. In legal terms, there's significant differences between convicted versus detained. That is not what we're looking up. We're looking up arrested. Stupid. Somebody should really get their shit together before they go live with this stuff. Whatever. If you don't know it, Google it. That's the point of this. Figure it out. DuckDuckGo. All right. So police can detain you all they want, and they can have reasons that are probably not legal, but they'll find a way to make it legal. And that does not mean an arrest. Go search it yourself. I'm too tired for this shit. If you don't know the difference, I don't know how to help you. All right. Well, I do. I just don't have the time for it. All right. Here we go. Kelly's feisty. She's tired. She's cranky. She wants to go to bed. So why didn't I just wait till tomorrow? Because tomorrow I'll be over it, and my thoughts will be gone, dissipate, and it'll be harder to pick up the pieces. Oh, bloody. Wyatt, I think I saw you in this, I think you may have had a present somewhere today that was in this chat. I mean, Wesley. All right, let's go. Why? Okay, whatever. I can't tonight. I just can't. I'm tired.
Been presented to me.
Okay.
There's no reason for a month or something. And the arrest date on the paperwork wasn't for like an.
I'm going to back it up a little bit more.
That he is now facing 16.
He's talking about information about the notice that Scott got yesterday from, I believe, Gomez.
Misdemeanor charges. But his arraignment.
And I don't know where he found out it was 16 misdemeanor charges. I reread the picture. It didn't say that. I don't know if Scott said it out in his stream, so I'm not sure where. Oh, are you kidding me? The universe hates me right now. I don't know if you can hear me, but my camera just said no. I'm not being mean, universe. Why? Okay. Let me do my thing. Let me say my piece, universe. I'm being kind. All right. So he's talking about that.
Wasn't for like scheduled for like another month or something. And the arrest date played in a second. Yeah. But here's what's interesting. And here's why I wasn't really sure what was going on here. So it was Scott found out yesterday that he is now facing 16 misdemeanor charges.
Okay. Again, can you cite your sources as well? I know you have sources that you can't cite because they're under the radar or what have you, or. But when you can, it would be helpful. Right now, we're supposed to people are just watching you, listening to this, believing it, which is not your fault. That's on the person that listens to you and believes it. And they should maybe do their due diligence if they care to. But again, ethical responsibility, moral obligations. I'm not putting it on you. I'm just telling you my perspective. So where did you get that intel is what I'd love to know.
But his arraignment wasn't for like scheduled for like another month or something. And the arrest date on the paperwork wasn't for like another few months. And
again, where is this information coming from? Please, somebody, if anybody knows, I'm serious. Where is this coming from? If DOA said all of that again in his stream, I'm very confused. I know. Me too. That's why we started this with we're breathing. We're breathing through this because this affects, I have reasons for this. If you hang on, if I can actually get my freaking thoughts out, I have reasons that are extend to the bigger picture of taking down Scientology, which is why I'm saying this. Because guess what? That's still my focus. Okay.
So, I mean, to the best of my knowledge, because I'm a layman and
to the best of my knowledge, because I'm a layman, anybody, any idiot on YouTube can look up information and regurgitate. So that doesn't really work, but your source might be the reason you're not stating things correctly. I don't know. Check your source, maybe?
I'm only as good as the information that's been presented to me.
Only as good as the information that's been presented to me, but you could search it. You could find it. It's actually his thumbnail for his video.
There's no reason for the police to be showing up to arrest him based on the 16 outstanding misdemeanors.
So and I'm not going to hyper focus on every little freaking detail here.
That he is now facing 16 misdemeanor charges. But
51, you were unreadable.
Fuck you. You guys know I'm here because Scientology is a cult and fucking 30 pigs.
Since 11:51, receive conscious and breathing. What is the person suffering from?
This is fair use by his own admission in this video, restreaming and content and commentary. I don't even have to I don't have to cite fair use. This is I can cite him saying it's fair use in this video because he restreamed Ashley and then restreamed Nora, restreaming him, restreaming Ashley. So it's a restream, the streamer streaming the restream, streamer streaming restream day. And I'm just riding the wave.
Yeah, I'm gonna help you out right now.
Okay.
It was Scott found out yesterday that he is now facing 16 misdemeanor charges. But his arraignment wasn't for like scheduled for like another month or something.
You don't have an arraignment without being charged. I mean, you do. It might be an arraignment. Okay, keep going.
And the arrest date.
There we go. That's what I want to get at.
On the paperwork wasn't for like another few months.
Please, seriously cite your source. I'm so confused what you're talking about because it's very rare. I'm not a law expert that somebody gets a letter that says you're going to be arraigned on this day, but months later you'll be arrested. So anyway, let's just look at what I have available. I didn't watch the whole stream about it. So again, please tell us your source. Super confusing. I guess I should have checked with Scott. I guess I could have. Just confused. But anyway, dear Scott Hochsetter, be advised that criminal complaint has been filed charging you with a violation of section LA 41.57A, commonly known as permitting loud and ruckus noise. There may be other charges included in the complaint which are not listed here. You are on probation in another case. A probation violation also may be filed. The similar language when Henry was sent the same kind of bullshit from Scientology when he was in another state. They sent it to him. They said, be advised, you've got some shit against you. Show up to court on this date. Anyway, you are notified to appear for arraignment in department. Okay, so I'm glad I shut my face up. So in Department 40 of Superior Court, et cetera, failure to appear at the date, that's standard. If you don't show up to court, they may put out a warrant for you. Okay, please bring the letter with you. Henry got very similar letter in the mail. And that's when Scientology, the city, was going against him for the property destruction, blah, blah, blah. So again, please cite source. It's important to the bigger picture of some of the work that people are doing, documenting corruption and collusion between Scientology and LAPD. Let's move on, shall we? We shall. I'm frustrated because again, this is most of my audience that is pro the work being done, activists, protester work, whatever you want to call it, on and off screen. A lot's happening off screen. Y'all know this. So again, this is for the masses. So please share this wide. Or not, because it's a kind of a long shit show of a situation, but I'm doing my damn best. All right, so there we go. Again, cite source or get it straight, please, in the name of all effort being done by all parties trying to end Scientology and expose the corruption between the two organizations, Scientology and the LAPD, and the safe pointing. All right, 927. Oh, we're just going to keep going with it? Uh-oh. I don't know if I have it in me tonight to keep doing this. Why did I schedule this? I don't know if I could do it. I'm already done. I'm already bored. 927.
A warrant.
Oh, yeah. All right. Move on. Yeah. I tried to help myself out with my notes, but it didn't really work. Where are we at? 1025.
Give me my phone. No. Give me my phone.
Doesn't look like it's going to end very well for Scott here. Let's see what else is going on.
totally, I get it. Speculation station. This matters because later in the video, when it ends and the resolve happens, it's really, I think, important to acknowledge what did occur instead. But anywho, 11:24. We're gonna keep going.
Guys,
So now this is where you've started.
yeah, of course, his chat is blaming me in the streets because
This is where you start restreaming Ashley's stream, and you're commenting on his chat, blaming you in streets. I think for the SWAT calls or something. I'm not sure.
his chat is so delusional they don't actually understand that this guy's systematically destroyed the entire protest movement, destroyed any goodwill that the protest.
Okay, I get it. You think he destroyed it, and that's your opinion. You're entitled to it. I don't understand how that correlates to you guys being blamed for the SWAT call. So I'm just, and again, I'm not reading it, hit Ashley's chat, so I don't understand. But what does that have to do with? What does that have to do with them? They're blaming you for the SWAT call? And what does that have to do with your opinion that he's destroyed the work and the movement that people are doing?
Movement had, and they just fall for his bullshit hook, line, and sinker. So
if that's true, that's on people that watch his stream, such as myself. But the same could be said for any chat, because again, I think there's people in your shitty chat or your viewers that watch and just believe what you say or trust you to give them the truth. And that's why I'm here, because people trust you to give them the facts. And if you're not going to tell them the facts, I will. And why? Because I thought your viewers cared about taking out Scientology. So somebody needs to be able to, and again, if they don't want to know the truth, if they're not going to fact check you, I guess that's on them. But we can only do so much. And some people don't sit around on YouTube all day, and they go just to you maybe at times just to get the update and go on about their life because they care, but they're not invested, or they're not able to be invested watching YouTube all day. This is why I feel like you have a responsibility, because you have a channel with viewers that don't all hang out on YouTube or hang out in the chats. Like, I mean, I do too. We all do. We have viewers that are checking in, getting an update, and moving about their business. But yours is kind of a hub for the outlet for info. I don't feel like I should have to explain this, but I am. Anyway.
there's really nothing Scott can't convince his chat of.
The thing is, I see sometimes that he has like 400, 500, 600 people in his chat. So you're telling, or not as, I guess you're right. The difference between the viewers and the chats. You're right. You're right. Everybody that chats, he can't convince. What? What did you say? I don't know. I can't hear it. It's bothering me. I watch his stream. I watch MD Media. I watch WitchShare. I watch Surge. I watch Laura. I watch Ashley. I watch Carlos. I watch all the streamers at Blue. I watch Chris when he's out of his break. Who else is out there streaming? Who else do we have? I watch them all. And I DuckDuckGo things, and I make my own decision. And I am frustrated because I also chat there. So now, you see what I mean? You see how this now becomes a wee bit personal, because I'm like, excuse me. That's not true. What you just said is not true. And it's up to your audience to believe it or not, I guess, or to find out. But I'm here to say that's not true.
Crackhead Kenny, you guys, crackhead.
Okay. And then you go on to talk about people that your audience, by your own admission, you say your audience doesn't even know who these people are or care. So I don't know why you'd bring up crackhead Kenny. But again, you don't actually know the history of that or him. You probably know what you've heard or seen. And again, but my point is, and we do this on the internet, we speak about shit we don't actually know about. But if I had, I'm treating this like I have 250,000, 60,000, 70. I'm treating this like I have 500,000 view subscribers. There is a moral and ethical obligation if you're going to speak. I guess it really doesn't matter the size or the amount of people that watch it, in my opinion. But you've been the long-standing channel exposing Scientology. So in effort to expose them, I'm speaking about this shit. And I said it in my last other video about some things I wasn't digging on you, which was months before I started watching Nora. So don't tell me I'm in a fucking Nora cult. I do think for myself, there are plenty of people who think for themselves who have not been okay with some of your behaviors and words. And it's because of that responsibility. It's because of your audience. It's because I used to watch you. There's so much other shit people are talking about you in regards to other things, your personal life. That's not what this is about. This is about you like staying in your lane. If you could, please, I'm asking politely, could you please stay in your lane? Please speak about shit you know about because you researched it, or shush, 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 please, because it's harming the work we're doing. And if I felt like other people were harming the work we're doing to the extent that I am seeing, in my opinion, I would speak on it. But I don't carry the same beliefs as everybody. I don't carry the same beliefs as you. And I'm in it and I'm around it. So moving on. It's really turning into a soapbox session, but this is what I meant. It's not hate. We're frustrated. People are frustrated, dude. Fucking frustrated with you. Take the fact that your behavior does at times could be perceived as, because I've never, I'm not around it. So I'm not going to speak on said abuse or things like this, but your behavior at times and your whatever. I can't speak on it. I could, but I don't have enough facts. So I will remain focused on my job here, which is just to speak about the bigger picture. Deep breaths, everyone. Deep fucking breaths. I guess I just have to let it play.
I mean, I still firmly believe that Scott's the one who was calling in the swattings on himself. And that's just my opinion. I could, of course, be wrong on that. But, the cops have had his phones.
You could, of course, be wrong on that. Thank you for saying, in my opinion. I respect that greatly. I mean, not thank you like you did it for me, but that is your opinion. You stated it. And all I want to say is, what if you're wrong? What if you're not correct? Oh, then that means it's happening from someone else. Who could that be? I ponder. Let's ponder. He pissed off a boatload of people before he ever showed up to LA. Yeah, could be one of them. Could be, I don't know. Scientology? Maybe. Could be. We don't know. That's been the whole fucking thing. We don't know. Do we? So we have to keep our minds open to that being a possibility. And while we remain open to that possibility, wouldn't it behoove us to make sure we're paying the fuck attention to that and documenting the holy shit out of it? I believe yes. Luckily, people have been doing that. It's not all on a stream, so you can't say shit's destroyed. You just don't know what's going on, bro. That's all. There aren't as many streamers after a year. That maybe has to do with the fact that it takes a lot of time, energy, and resources that people don't always have. Maybe. People get tired. Life happens. I could go through the list of people that have rolled through LA, and I'm pretty sure in my list, I can't think of any that could be like, I left because of him. Maybe they didn't want to be around him, but that's not why they stopped protesting. People stop protesting because they don't want to anymore. That's their choice. He didn't like threaten anyone's life that I'm aware of, and I can stand to be corrected later. But people have left for a lot of different reasons, and maybe they just got over the bullshit. Why did Streets leave? Didn't he say he was just tired of the Scientology shit? He still supported everyone. That was how many months and months and months ago did he stop focusing on Scientology? So he left for that reason. Jess left for a certain reason. Cam left for personal reasons. Chris had to switch gears for his reasons that had nothing to do with none of those people have said it was because of DOA. Who else was streaming that is no longer? Hellcat left for reasons that are still unknown, but I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to go with a 98.9% confidence that it had nothing to do with Scott. Whatever. Okay, there we go. JDSA, he may have left because of he didn't want to be around Scott. So again, but it was still his choice. He still could have stayed to protest, but he didn't leave protesting, did he? No, he didn't. The protest he didn't stop. He went to other places and kept protesting. So maybe you mean the protest movement in LA. Again, though, the thing is, that's so last year. We've already talked about how streamers and protesting has evolved, particularly in LA, into activism and action. Bring in Witshare didn't stop. She started. Carlos didn't stop. He kicked it into gear and started streaming. Who else? Ashley started streaming. She's still there. Lara's been strong the whole time. Who else? Who else we got? Who else protests that has either left or stayed, and why? I just can't think of anybody that's like, I left because of him. I stopped protesting because of him. No. And a lot of people, and a lot of us, again, this is about resources. I don't know if you're aware of this because of where your mind is, but you can't just start a YouTube channel and start making money on it, but you have to devote a lot of time to it. And if you care about taking out Scientology or ending the cult or exposing them, you have to devote enormous amounts of time, and you get jack shit in return for a good chunk of time while you do it. So you got to figure out how to navigate that. So again, it's just this narrative is very frustrating to me. At Blue, Scott, I'm looking at Blue, people at Blue, or I guess LA. But anyway, also a way to piss all over Audit LA's work, bro. Like, she is being an amazing activist and protester. She streams at Blue. She never stopped. She is fighting harder than anybody with this shit. Who else? Who else have we got? Think about all the people. I wanted to almost just say all the women, but I know it's meant to. But there's a core group of badasses that call in every week. They're at those LAPD meetings, and they're at those Board of Public Works meetings, and they are on that shit. Every fucking week they show up and they speak out and they do their form of protesting. That never stopped. That grew and grew and grew. The work that's being done is being talked about like it's not happening. That's why people are frustrated. It has nothing to do with being in a fucking cult of another person. Maybe some people. I guess I can't speak for them. But this is what I'm speaking about. Oh, Sassafras, she was protesting. Why'd she stop? I don't know, but I'm glad she did, since she was just caught on. I just found her caught on camera saying she wanted to stab a kid in the neck if they came to fuck with her camera. Pinche Becky, she didn't quit protesting. She kept going. She didn't do it at Blue anymore. But again, that was her choice, because she's a woman that thinks for herself and can make her own fucking decisions. And she decided she didn't want to go there. Maybe it was because of Scott, but she didn't stop protesting. She was still out at other places. Who else? Who have I forgotten? MD Media. He didn't stop protesting. He's out there all the time. He's out there as much as the poor broke back dude can be. He's in surgeries. And he still shows up after surgeries. He's still showing up as best he can. He's streaming. He started a channel where people can find their loved ones. Faces of Scientology, plug. And that's just LA. Like, what about all the protesters in all around? What about Miriam? What about Scientology up north? My God, that woman's a pioneer over there. Who else? How about Journey 2020? She's been 1000% dedicated to exposing Scientology. What about her? She hasn't stopped. She's been protesting a fucking year straight. Who else? What about Mandy and Rika? What about all the people in Chicago? What about all of these people that kept going? What protest got destroyed? What, a bunch of streamers in LA aren't always there in a group walking around? Is that what you consider a broken protest? That's the nature of the beast, bro. Like, I really feel that way, because that shit's expensive. And those people, if they stopped protesting because of Scott, I think I already named them all. And that's not accurate. So who are we talking about? I'm plugging you guys in. Yep, it got weird. It got weird. That's good. I needed a break. I was diatribing and soapboxing just a bit much. All right. I'm going to chill the fuck out. I want to go to bed. I'm not done with this, though. We're 12 minutes in. I can't read the fucking chat either. Love you all. I hope everyone's being nice. Tori Magoo kept showing up. She was out there with her little chair. She showed up. I was there. I've been there. Hello. I'm not a protester. Rib Guy was I don't know. I'm going to pull that up because I just saw it. Was Rib Guy ever did he ever identify as a quote unquote protester? I think he's and even so, he didn't stop. He's still active in chats. He still supports the streamers. He still gives a lot of memberships out. He's still he's been in my chat before. He's reached out to me. He's still active in things. Sir crapitatious. I don't know, actually. That I genuinely have no idea. I don't know if he ever protested, but I don't know about that. Wait, Canada lady. She was not from here, though. She's from Canada. Did she stay in town? No. Did she leave? Probably because she didn't want to be around him. But she didn't have to. She had the opportunity. She could have stayed and protested. That's my point. It's giving one person a wee bit more power than I think any one person needs to have. If I don't like someone, or if they're spouting garbage about me, I wouldn't let that stop me from focusing on exposing Scientology. If that's my goal, if that's my intention, that's what I'm going to do. If I choose not to, it's my choice. I'm tired. So tired. Apostate Alex, another pioneer moving some mountains. I'm going to say in the UK because I can't remember exactly where he is. But I know he was at the bullshit IAS garbage before we were in LA because we were there. Thank you for the reminder. Moose on the loose, Cubs, champion, Henry, all people that were still going, not pulling back. Dan Walks LA. Hello, Dan Walks has been through and through the whole time. Charming, lovely, amusing Dan Walks. Come on now. Tell me what actually did it shift and change? Yes. Was there shit that went down? For shiz. But to say it was destroyed is just so frustrating because people believe you. They believe you. Never mind, I'm not frustrated with you. I'm frustrated with the people that just whatever. Anybody that just listens to that and believes it because it's like pissed if your audience cares to take out Scientology and cares to expose them and cares to really get in the weeds and find how really get the look at the CAD calls, look at the emails we just found. Those emails and those CAD calls correlate, by the way, with some of the swatting events. I'm not saying it's causation, but I'm saying there's fucking correlation. So full circle back to the beginning. What if you're wrong? What if he is not the one calling these calls in for himself? Then the whole time you believe that, you have one belief, you're so locked in on it, you're not looking at all of this other shit. How is that a service to your viewers? Don't they deserve to at least be exposed to a possibility and the CAD calls and the documents and the emails that have been pulled, the public record emails now? Like, wouldn't you want your viewers to see that? You've done videos plenty in the past of corruption and LAPD and collusion with Scientology. Why stop now? And I asked myself, why would he stop that now? And the answer is, in my opinion, because you believe, you just said it wholeheartedly, you believe Scott's the one making the calls. So I throw to you, good sir, would you please, in honor of everything everyone's doing to work so much and give up so much selfless self and Pearl Snappy, thank you. See, the list goes on, not stopping, fighting court things. Please, can you, for the love of all of us doing the work, in solidarity with the people that give a fuck to take out Scientology and expose their shit and expose their abuses and their crimes, would you please open your mind to the possibility that you might be wrong? Next. I know. I have heard you say this in the past. Your audience doesn't care about the interpersonal stuff. Your audience cares about Scientology stuff. I'm going to do what I just got frustrated with people for doing because I can't take a poll. I'm going to believe you. I'm not even going to fact check it. I'm going to believe that's true. If that's true, why wouldn't you remain open to the fact that this shit needs to be talked about and exposed? And also, that's leading me to my next thing, but I don't have it all queued up. It's not a free flow. There's not a super flowy stream.
My stream, I'm going to restream Nora streaming my stream.
I can't. They fucking put the tape. I have to stay by this side. DOA told me to stay by his RV.
I'd make this commitment to you guys. If Nora starts restreaming my stream, I'm going to restream Nora streaming my stream. You have my word on it.
Okay, now I'm restreaming you, restreaming her, restreaming you, that's restreaming Ashley. But, and again, I could And I'm not being naive or ignorant or blind, like blinders on here. I know that this argument could be made for others, but I've already given 8 million caveats as to why I'm speaking to you specifically. But your audience doesn't want this. You said it. But take that away for a minute. Why? Why? Why did you want to show Scott? What was your intention in streaming Scott? What was your intention for restreaming Nora? And was it based around exposing Scientology? Again, I don't want to hear it, people. I know. You could say that about so many other people. Totes. I get it. But on a day that to some of us was so important to focus on and get the facts straight and document, when it's all happening on Ron Hubby Lane where little fingers placed bricks, feet from buildings with real crimes going on, and the police aren't doing shit about it. In this environment, in this scenario, why would you then restream Nora if your audience doesn't care? I don't understand that. And then also, these are rhetorical. Ponder away, bust out the journal. I don't know. I'm not asking for you to answer me or anybody. Look within. That's all. Check. I'm pondering the ponders for you to ponder within, I suppose. And then I guess that leads me back to the why Scott. I understand maybe in theory if you hold a belief that he's the one doing the SWAT calls, but more importantly, if your root belief is he has destroyed the protest movement, which again, what is that? What is this protest movement you speak of? If he's destroyed it, which I get, listen, it changed. Shit changed. But if it was destroyed because of this one human, there's a lot of power to destroy the will of the fucking people, then I understand why you might want to watch this and see if your beliefs come true. I get that. But why then Nora? Like, how does that extend to taking out Scientology? Because I would also make the argument that Nora and other channels, all the other channels that talk and call you out, and there's a lot, so I also don't understand why you only say it's just Nora or just DOA or just what do you people call it? The Potato Foundation people. There's so many other channels that call you out. There's other channels that are devoted to that, and they're not OSA. Some might be. Some might be. Potato Foundation, I don't know who you folks are. But they seem to be supportive of some protesters. So if it is OSA, that's their weird tactics. But again, cultology. Liz, all the Liz's, Liz Gale and Nora went out and what? Protested. When? Recently. I don't understand. Okay. Anyway, so Nora, I believe, I will not speak for that bitch, but I feel like I've heard her saying things that makes me understand that her reason for focusing on calling out some of your actions and behaviors is because she is thinking about it. Whether you agree or not is not up for debate. This is what I'm saying. It's within the context of ending Scientology, and what she sees is detrimental to the people doing the work and the efforts being done. I called some of your shit out 4 months before I found Nora talking about that shit. So don't put that Kelly's in a cult shit on me. In fact, this is a great time to plug that I started another channel about thinking for yourself and not being in a cult. So you can find it if you want it. I'm not actually going to plug it. again, I don't want to speak to my echo chamber that totally agrees with me here. I'm really hoping this translates to people that watch your shit that don't realize this stuff's going on. It's because they have a right to know, and it is on them to find it. But it's YouTube, and this shit's not easy to find, especially when people like me yap for hours and hours and hours and hours, and people are like, "Get to the fucking point. What's the fucking message? Let's go." But that's the nature of the streaming beast. We stream for hours and hours. Okay.
I've been dreaming of doing.
Actually, this is a great example. People don't like you sometimes because you disregard their feelings and you state things like it's a fact, such as Ashley, who said, "Don't stream my shit." And you said, "What? Do something about it." Now, you might have a right to restream, but that's true. But just for the record, those are the kinds of things that people don't like. That's why people don't like it. So I'm not going to get into the Darvo, but that's kind of like, a dicko.
That for a while.
You don't even know her, do you? Have you met Ashley? Do you even know who you're talking about?
No.
Yeah. Colombia, huh?
Okay, I forgot about that. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then she brought up Colombia, which is actually not funny at all. I'm not going to get into it.
Oh, thank God all you boots on the ground are there in L. Ron Hubbard way documenting it all. But it's funny.
See, though, all you boots on the ground. You see how some of us might interpret that? And I'm laughing because I called my ass out on accidentally playing something I wasn't anticipating playing. Yes. No, I'm not saying don't, Wizzy. Love to have you. Thank you for being here. I'm not saying listen to me and believe me. I'm saying ponder, stew, brew, fact check. Call my ass out if I'm wrong. You can listen I'm not saying don't listen to Aaron. That's what I'm literally saying for the people that listen. I'm asking in the name of all people listening to anything anti-Scientology. Can we get the facts straight, and can you also just pay attention to the bigger picture when you speak so that all the people that do watch you have an opportunity to realize there's more going on and not everything's quote unquote destroyed.
For all this.
Danny and Leah kept protesting. We're going to keep going when I see it. Totally kept protesting. They didn't quit. They didn't quit at all, period, right? Life happened. Life happens. Cam had to life happen. A lot of people I have to come and go because life happens. People might be pissed at him and not like him, but they keep protesting.
Support that Scott has.
Or activism.
There's only one person on L. Ron Hubbard way.
Yeah, it's one person right now. Why? Because of all the shit I just said. The reality of expecting groups and groups of people to be there every day, all day is not realistic. Not after a year. We don't have your channel numbers. We don't get paid to do it like that. I get paid by donations for those. I just finally monetized it. But I'm getting like cents and dollars and cents for videos. I can't stream and make money at Blue because they play their dumb music. None of those videos are monetized or able to be. I am gifted or supported financially for my ventures and back. That's been my trips. And then I'm given donations when I'm here too sometimes. Sorry, everybody that has. I love you all. I'm not trying to discredit your efforts in supporting me. But in regards to hanging out at Blue all day, every day, it's not realistic to have expected that what started would continue that way. Maybe it could have, but that's not the path. But that doesn't mean it was destroyed. It means it dispersed and we got focused on other shit. I am preaching to the fucking choir.
Capturing all the action. That seems a little strange to me, actually. She's upset with me because
And it would seem strange to you because you by your own admission do not pay attention or care what's going on in LA because whatever. Why also because I know, like, if let's say the 10 I can only think off the top of my head one streamer that I've mentioned that's been to blue that still supports you or watches. I mean, I support you as a human being, but I cannot continue to I stopped supporting your work on YouTube. And the misinformation was the first reason. And the lack of wanting to clarify or get the facts straight was the number one reason, because I don't do fake news. I felt like I was watching corporate America news, and I just got frustrated. What's this? How much weight do you place on your interaction with your chat and the ability to build a consistent dialogue with them? Why you got to call me out like that? Not a lot. I love you all. I actually have great people that show up. I have great humans that roll through. As humans, I love you all, and I put a lot of weight on humans, and I get actually a lot. I get great emails with lots of information. I get lots of hot tips about where to go and what to look at and where to get information. We got people deep diving. I haven't even talked about all the activism and people doing work that go that do it anonymously, that don't want credit, that don't want it brought up, that don't want to be known public. SP Panda is okay with me saying that, but they've been doing some great investigative photojournalism of the volunteer vultures. No, thanks. No, but if there's something disgusting, I need you guys to give me we self-mod here for the most part. The chat's great. They self-mod. That's why I like these you people. But I have people watching that are not chatting. So respect to everybody that gives a fuck to hear what I have to say. This is Gaptology at its fucking finest. Hey, I didn't even see you. See what I mean? People are SP Panda found out because MD Media was in Pasadena and said the vultures are at it in Espanol, and they had all their materials out in Spanish for the whatever volunteer vultures or some shit. Fire Aid, maybe, I don't remember. MD Media takes a picture of that shit. SP Panda finds out where that shit is. SP Panda goes and gets that shit and removes it as a great public service. That's activism. That's a protest, right? Come on now. Come on now. I don't know what's happening. Listen, I do go back and read chat, though. Yeah, question shit, have healthy debate, use in my opinion, don't shit on people. For right now, we're going to have to definitely say no name calling, please. I know there's some very fun names out there for all kinds of different peoples. But let's hi Tamara. I see you lurking. Okay. You asked because you think it's one of the top reasons many of these people have a problem with Scott. His chat is able to interact with him and put the work in. They hate that. Got it. And that's your opinion, David B. And you're entitled to it. Eric Radar put up flyers afterwards. He didn't stop protesting. There's so many names. I guess we could go through the whole. No, not everybody's on it, but we could go through the whole SPTV thing. And also, I ponder if that's what makes you upset, Aaron. Like, really, if that's why you don't understand, like, and I'm not trying to be mean. Obviously, I hope nobody thinks I'm over here trying to be mean to somebody. But if you really looked at it, like really got real with yourself, really and truly, you don't want to support people that support the streamers. You said that in this stream. You said people, you've been consistent. You don't want to support the streamers that support him or don't. No. You said in this stream, you said you will not support the protesters. I think you mean streamers because not all of us are protesters or activists or whatever, but you're not going to support those that don't call him out. So now you've pushed away the entire, like there's a few people that call his shit out or call out the shit they say is his shit to be called out, in LA. And now Streets, I get it, is doing that as well. But Streets doesn't really count in this conversation because we're talking about you saying he's destroyed the movement for months and months and months. And you said that 6 months ago or whatever. And he's continued to destroy it. I get that he causes a lot of no, he doesn't cause it. He says things that cause people to have reactions. Maybe. But those are people having reactions. Somebody said I was scared of that. I was scared to call him out. I'd be labeled a bad actor. And I'm like, is that really what people think? It would literally make my fucking day. Do you know how much fun I would have with that? And it wouldn't bother me because I wouldn't, even if people believed what he was saying, it might bother me depending on what he was saying, but I would still have a fucking field day with it and have so much fun trolling. But I would keep protesting, or I'm sorry, who's just said that? Not me. I would keep streaming. I would keep my work efforts taking out Scientology. If you can't handle Scott Hochstetter, what the fuck are you doing going against Scientology? Maybe it's a filtering device because only the strong survive. Because they're a fucking nasty group of people that will do some seriously fucked up shit and they'll try to pull a bunch of bullshit in a court of law. If you are not prepared for that, and Scott's the reason that you decided to bail, I'm sorry to laugh for those that maybe were deeply hurt by him. And he has said things that I know some people were deeply hurt by. So I don't mean to be not empathetic to that. I do recant my smile a little. But for some people, come on now. But for others, I understand there were things said and done that people's feelings were genuinely hurt. So I'm not trying to lack empathy for everybody here. I'm trying to really trying to speak to the not echo chamber, okay? Come on. Whiny McWhiney's coming out. I need to go to fucking bed. Are we done yet? I think I'm done because also I'm 19 minutes in. I couldn't get through this whole thing. I started getting frustrated and I just wanted to speak on it and not be frustrated anymore. And this helps me not be frustrated. And obviously, this is not shit that I just thought of today. It's stuff that I've been sitting on for a very long time. I have a couple more notes and then we're going to wrap this shit up. So for whatever reason.
Because she lives with her head firmly planted between DOA's ass cheeks. That's why she's upset with me.
Okay. I forgot. That's what I was going to pull up. Blanky, that's a great name. Reminds me of forgot the movie. Toaster. Brave Little Toaster. You're not Blanky, you're Melody. It's totally frustrating. Doesn't see his own actions, in your opinion. That's your perspective. Oh. Okay. We understand the frustrations here. But Blanky, you remind me of Brave Little Toaster. Okay. Thank you, Purple Roses. I think you're new here. People taking sides and trying to make everyone else take sides is destroying the movement. I super understand that opinion, and to some degree, I do I agree to a degree. However, and also because I have pondered this and journaled on it, I also think to myself, nobody can make people pick sides. So really, again, viewers, watchers, that's on you guys. That's not, you know. Now, if somebody gets upset because you're not taking a side, I get that. If somebody is wants you to and you don't want to, and then they don't want you around, I get that. That's on them, but you should feel okay about that. And also, that's still the narrative that this is being destroyed. And I'm saying, can we all just stop with this whole it's destroyed thought process? Maybe it just takes weird forms because we're dealing with humans and a cult. So it's not going to run smoothly. We're not, whatever the name that is that I'm forgetting right now. I really got to go to bed. My brain's now it's stopping like every third word I want. Whatever, the green people that that are organized, that hire you to go out and hit the streets and get your little clipboards out. We don't have a coordinated, organized campaign. I think that's great. But without structure like that, without the rules and guidelines, without an organization that's actually working to do the campaigning to take it out, we have to allow for it to ebb and flow and grow and shrink and come blah, blah, but people are still working. And we have to just focus on that. Highlight those smaller channels. Highlight the work that's being done off camera. Highlight read the emails that are being pulled. Read audits shit. Audit is on fire. And she has been the whole time. She's relentless. The people's Karen. If I ever saw somebody that was worthy of that name, it's Audit LA. T. Perth. Miriam. Forgetting the other name right now. I'm so sorry. But shout out to Australia. Come on now. It's ebbing and flowing. It changes, it grows, but nothing is destroyed. It's moving as it moves. Good night, Kim. But it's on us to pay attention to what people are saying. That's all. And if we don't like something, like sometimes, like with Aaron's a great example. I stopped watching it because I was getting really frustrated with being in LA and then hearing him like talk about it in a way that was like totally not accurate and the misinformation. It was just frustrating. So I stopped listening for a while. Plus I was, I don't know, streaming all day, every day for weeks on end. So I wasn't watching a lot of stuff. But then there were other things that started happening where I started getting more and more. I felt like some of the language that's happened here, like, oh, you boots on the ground people, you guys in LA, or you people, blah, 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 et cetera, lumping it together. Well, now you're talking about me. So I don't want to watch. No, thanks. You know, it just made, and whatever. Why are we still talking about this? Is she still going on? Are we off the soapbox yet? Also, if you do, you don't know Ashley, but why are you saying, if you don't know her, and I don't think you do, why are you saying that she's got her head up DOA's ass? That's frustrating. Just because she doesn't like you? There's a lot of people that don't like you. It's like, you know this. If DOA, why am I looking at a Vance Trump thing? What's happening? I don't care about that. If DOA was not in the picture at all, there are plenty of people don't like you, and you know that. And that's, plenty of people do, so it works. And you do have a larger channel, and of course there are going to be more people that want to take out those that have the higher channels. I get that aspect of it too, but you can be an arrogant asshole. You fucking know it. So it shouldn't be a shock that some people feel like calling you out and talking shit to you if you're going to restream them, and it has nothing to do with where their head's placed. Where is your head placed? Why focus on your head? Is your head lodged in something? Where is it located right now? Like, you focus on you. And I mean this head. Stop focusing about any other head right now, I think, is my advice to you. But that's because now I'm tired and feisty, and I said I wasn't going to go there. You need to start thinking and focusing on this top region, good sir, if you ask me, but that's just my opinion. All right, moving on. That was a joke for anybody that is watching this, that supports, that was like, you lost me when you started talking about his private business. I think that's it. Are we done yet? Oh, here it is. In closing, Your Honor. The reason I started watching this at all was because I was looking to see your perspective on the situation at Blue. I was watching to see your perspective on LAPD. And I'm 19 minutes in. It looks like it was about an hour. I don't know if you ever got there. I can't say you didn't. But 19 minutes in and you lost me, because you did say those people and the boots on the grounds. Then you said that Ashley's head was in someone's ass. I like Ashley. She is somebody who I get along with swimmingly. And she's a good person. Your title was wrong. I mean, there were all these kinds of things that I, as a viewer, don't want to watch, because now I'm already like 20 minutes in and I'm over it. And I never got to see your perspective. In fact, I would like to know why you did it, and whatever. Can we take a breath? Let's take a breath. Apparently there's some Julie B. A healthy debate is totally welcome. But that's a lot of exclamation points for a healthy debate. But it got my attention. Who, where, what, when, and why? Is there misinformation being spread? Are people saying information bits that are not cited? Did we cite our source? Oh, that's true. That's true. He needs to stop. I don't know what you're referring to. That's the thing is, again, though, like, if you don't watch a channel, like, I don't watch Aaron, so it's hard for me to, like, speak on it. That's why I don't want to speak on things. I don't actually know his stuff that well anymore. I watched for years. But now I don't. But because it seems to me, Purple Roses, I think probably you don't watch his shit. I'll just tell you, his like, there's a good actor, bad actor, is his. It's anybody that was like, oh, and there it is, that's the word of God, like, that's on them. Like, that's he needs to stop calling out people he doesn't he doesn't like, or he needs to not. I mean, why? That's him. That's what he does. That's what he says his mind. He says his piece. If it's harmful to people and people's feelings are hurt, or people's shit's ruined, or a career is ruined, then that is a different scenario. But why? He's just saying what he is thinking or feeling. Just like I am here. Like, whatever. You get what I mean, though? I mean, just like if we remove, I think everybody's so focused on but then they said, and they're doing. It's like, yeah. Okay, cool. But also, can we talk about the fucking kids that are being abused in Scientology? How about the elderly? How about the kids that already were, and there's been zero accountability? How about people are going to talk shit? How about people are going to fucking troll each other? How about people are going to fucking cause all kinds of chaos? How about that be the nature of this shit? How about we start not allowing for it, but just expand our awareness to say, and while that's going on, shit's not destroyed because there's a lot of work going on. Balance, like, yeah, that's happening. We're going to look at it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to acknowledge it. And we're going to keep going. Because it's not like he sits in his van down by the river and just does that. He does do a lot of other work. Okay, bedtime. Same as Aaron. I haven't been watching all his stuff, but I know I'm not being stupid or like I'm not wrong in saying he's not just doing anti-Nora streams or anti-D. I know he's doing other videos. Nora does a lot of other shit. Book club tomorrow at 3. I was invited to okay, I'm calling it co-host. She just invited me on, but I forgot to tell her I wanted to co-host or that I was. So book club tomorrow at 3. The 4 agreements. I don't know where my copy is, but we're going to talk about the 4 agreements. And she's out protesting. So, everybody is doing a balance, but it's that narrative. That's all they do. It's a hate campaign. Okay, Scientology. It's a war. Okay, Scientology. Simmer the fuck down. Everybody just simmer the fuck down. Me included. I got to go to bed. I'm sure there was more. I'm going to hang up and be like, and another thing, and another thing. I do have another thing, actually. It's not, it does not fall in line with everything I just said. So I don't really want to do it. Jerry Knotts, shut it. Jerry, you should come. You would do well. Have you read the 4 agreements? You should come to the book club. It's at 3 on her channel. And I think you would enjoy it if you've read the book. If you haven't, it'll be a good introduction to the book. And a lot of us are on a healing journey here. And so we're triggered. And a lot of us have the trauma. Some of these comments are definitely staying in chat, and I'm not putting them on the screen. Good night, D. Thompson. Have a good night. I think we have a bug in the house. The cat's attacking the wall. It's not MD Media. I thought you were going to bed. We've got one person that's vocal about their other opinion, which I appreciate. Where are you at? No, Darth Beaver, I didn't. See, I've been trying. I'm forgetting everybody, but as it's evolving, we've got Darth Beaver who showed up. When did you start streaming? Do you call yourself a protester? Was it before or after the protest was destroyed? Okay, now I'm just getting sarcastic. Darth Beaver started. He's still going. Still moving along. Happy belated birthday. I saw that shit. I don't remember if I wrote anything or not, so I'll say it out loud. Oh, all right. Here. Good opinion though. This is the shit though. This is what we need to let's hash it out, folks. Purple Roses, I know you're new here, and I know other people are guilty of this, but again, that is a statement like it's a fact. But it's not, because it's not everybody. His actions don't affect everybody. I mean, it does if you believe in like the butterfly theory and like the ripples. Yeah, for sure. For sure. But it's kind of like what I was saying. Let's wrap it up with what I was going to say. When I finally finish it, you can watch my Dear Journal. It's my new approach to this let go to war shit that I see happening. Just say no. That's not on the streamers. Yeah, it's way too much power to the fucking freaks that go on YouTube and stream. Way too much power. You people have the power. This is on you guys and me. I'm a viewer. It's on us. I forgot what you said. It was going to be deep. I had a good thing to say, but yeah, actions affecting. I get it that shit can be harmful, but it's more detrimental with the byproduct of it. I have seen grown ass men, adults, hopping around and emailing people. I'm not talking about any specific that I got recently. This is not about me. This is somebody else in another one. Streaming and going into chats and going into different, like, emailing people and talking about the thing that happened and the this and the that. And it's like, I forget that people act that way. I really do. I'm like, oh my gosh, my brain just like explodes processing. But that's how people behave sometimes. And you're all guilty of it too. You chatters, you viewers that are quiet, solidarity. I love you. I love my chatters too. But people that perpetuate the situation for days and days and days and make it like this and that and go, she said this and he said that. Well, that's on you for doing it. And it's on the person receiving it that goes, they said what? They said what? And they don't get their facts straight. Can't believe they said that. Oh, really? When did you hear him say it? I didn't. Somebody told me they said that. Okay, well, shut the fuck up till you figure it out then, please. Like, humans need to evolve here. This is on all of us. God, you guys really get me in like a fucking annoying soapbox sesh. This is my opinion. Purple Rose, I appreciate that you're verbalizing your opinions. And I really hope people don't, like, please, you guys, don't shit on each other. Healthy debate or whatever. Sure. I don't know what that is. Okay. All right. Let's be nice. It's getting feisty. I'm being feisty too. Purple Rose, the truth is you're expressing a thing about channels you don't watch, and you shouldn't if you don't like them, right? I mean, not the whole thing, but that's why I keep my face shut a lot about things, because if Matt's out, he's on timeout. Timeout. How do I do it? Oh, it won't let me. If I try to put you on timeout, I think it's going to time you out for like a day. You're welcome. StreamYard won't let me. That's your warning, though. I'll ban you. Everybody else, thank you for being here. I'm going to check on things. You know what? Let's also recognize we had hours of me ranting and raving. Hey, Judy, Jesus Christ. No. Jeez. I'm deleting that comment. No. What did I say? Don't shit on each other. Be nice. I'm also not seeing the other comments. Hi, Trisha. I see you. Nice to see you. I've seen you before, and I know you don't chat much, but can we also just recognize that people with opposing opinions, hopefully it's not a full echo chamber. We've got shout out to Purple, whatever your name is, with the hat thingy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for speaking. What's the point? There we go. What's the point of doing this if it's an echo chamber of everybody that's going to all agree? What's the point? If everybody here watching agrees with me, what's the point? Thank you for being here, Purple Roses. If I find out you're elsewhere and you say really disgusting, nasty things, or you're a piece of shit, I'm going to recant what I just said. But for right now, because I don't know you and I haven't seen you around, I thank you for being here. Your opinion is valid. Well, you don't need me to tell you that. Hopefully you know that. I don't know what's going on anymore. Now I'm just going to start pulling. Thank you, Wizzy, for being here. I know you don't all agree with everything I say. Thank you for the people watching that the cat's watch the pleather, man. Oh, he's stuck. He's stuck in the pleather. Come here. Let's look at the cat and just chill. Where are you? Hi. The people want to see you. Say hi. Oh, he's sleepy. That's his sleepy face. Oh, your baby. Oh, this is my therapy cat. What'd you say, Scott P? There we go. Therapy cat. Oh, he loves me. He just loves me. Don't do it. The people don't need to see it. Hi. I only judge people on two things. Okay, get the hell off my screen. My goddess. Thank you everyone for being here. Can we go to bed now or go get up and have your day if you're not in America? Comment Kelly. I'm going to put it up. I don't know what you said. I appreciate you accepting my opinion as mine. But state it. I hope you learned your lesson. State it as such. Yeah, I get that. I also haven't read all of chat, so I don't know what's happened. Shout out to Dazed and Confused. Thank you for understanding the reference. I've said that many times and wondered if people understand why I'm saying it that way. Okay, Judy is not attacking. She's just using all caps. Sometimes people see the caps as it's a little triggering for them, Judy. I ain't attacking anyone. It's my opinion. Attacking is something different to me. There it is. I'm Dutch and very direct. Get used to it. Okay. Hello. Thank you for saying where you're from. Cultural differences, language differences, upbringing differences. These are the things that people bring to a conversation. We have to remember these things. Although you were a little feisty, Judy, I had to delete a comment. But you know, we don't know. Hey, guess what? Raise your hand if you know Purple Rose's background. Purple Rose, your hand can go up. Has anybody, Purple Rose, have you said if you're an ex-Scientologist or not? We don't know. I don't know. A lot of people might feel they'd say things different if they found out they were a ex-Scientologist. We don't know people's backgrounds. We have to be nice to each other as best we can. And when people aren't nice, just give us some space and figure it out. Like, come on. Yeah, I figured you were a never in, but I didn't want to assume. Yeah, Judy, it's okay to use caps. I'm just saying maybe that's another reason people get a little like, you know, that's my point. It's language, it's conversation. Why are we still live? MD Media, you're really pushing it. And I appreciate it. It's a healthy little trolling. There it is. Can we just end on that note? Why is this still on this? Where are my producers? You are all fired, every one of you. I'm sure there was. The thing is, 20 minutes, I don't know if he ever got into it, but what I will say is at the end of Aaron's video, I would hope that he got into the detail. This was the whole point. Now I've totally lost the whole show here. But he was given, Oh man, I want to. Why didn't I lead with this? Somebody clip this shit. Timestamp this shit. This is important. This is why I'm here. One of them. This was an opportunity for somebody to get into the specifics of the potential LAPD corruption with Scientology, to show the contrast of what's going on the street versus what's not happening with the buildings in blue. If you didn't watch it, that's why Serge and I, what we talked about. This was a really phenomenal opportunity to get into the activism that's going on, the exposure, the emails, the CAD calls. This was an opportunity to talk about the LAPD's history of working with Scientology, of bringing back kids, of covering up crimes or just ignoring it conveniently, of taking money for their cadet programs. This was that opportunity. This was the opportunity to discuss that maybe Scientology is the one doing these calls. Who the fuck knows right now? This was the time to discuss. This was an opportunity to discuss ending Scientology. And I feel like it turned into a stream about DOA and Nora. And with a channel size like yours, not that you're going to watch this now, because now I've been going on forever and ever, it would have been really nice to see your people get that information, because I don't feel like they want to go anywhere else for info. Well, that's, again, you know what I mean. I don't feel like your viewers, at least, and you said your viewers are there to watch shit about anti-Scientology. So please give them that. Like, please. And I know the channel number, the subs don't count. You have 13,000 views, so I get it. It's not like a big deal. But your numbers have dropped quite a lot, it feels like, and they could have gone higher up, but they could be more. I'm actually trying to help. Your numbers could be a lot higher again. I feel. Maybe not. I don't know. What did Scott get? Ashley got 4,000 views. Scott got, I don't know, however many. I think he was at like 10,000. Hi. I think he was at like 10,000. So again, yeah. So I get it. Maybe maybe this is it. This is my final deal, my final attempt at trying to bring some sort of larger picture to this whole thing, with the focus on some of the shit Serge talked about today. Yeah. Good night. Tim, can you explain? Nope, you had to slide it in at the end, didn't you? What does that mean? You get what? Because and maybe you weren't watching, but I'm trying to explain to people that people don't get the truth, like the facts. He doesn't have all of his information right a lot, and when in regards to activism, or there's a complete radio silence on what's happening, and so people that watch are getting like Fox News, MSNBC, ABC News, it feels like. Yeah, you get some of the Scientology info, but if anybody wants to see the efforts that are happening to end it, Because I know a lot of people that are working really hard right now that are boots on the ground or just in the trenches on the phone, doing the emails, doing the calls, doing the streams, doing the et cetera, et cetera. There's quite a lot of us that I've heard at least that are like, who the fuck cares about Tom Cruise? I think it's important. It gets the word out, we need people to like be pulled in, but we need people to care about the child abuse and exposing it and holding perpetrators responsible and accountable and getting people in. I don't even care so much right now about their like who cares about their racketeering and financial crimes? Like, welcome to America. But but if humans are hurt in that process, yeah, I want it ended. But I think hopefully that makes sense. I gotta go to bed. But thank you for speaking here, and hopefully nobody attacks you. No, nobody attacks. All right. We don't know anybody's background. Let's be nice to each other. Yeah, amen to that shit, David B. Where are you? You and a whole boat, a lot of us, but a lot of people are here because of him. Yeah, hello. I've been here before. I've been a supporter of it. I'm just here in this capacity now. This is where I start reading chat at the end. I'm like, well, I'll just sit here, read the chat. You guys. I'm really debating too. I have this other thing that I'm like, it just goes against, I'm not sure what my intention is, but I'm also like, oh, I'm frustrated. I'm sitting on information that I could easily, I mean, it does play into the bigger picture and the character of people, but it does also sort of go against some of the shit that a lot of what I just said. But then I'm frustrated because I'm like, well, so what? You're going to hand it over to someone else and ask them to do it because you're too scared? And I'm not scared of saying it. I'm scared because I don't want to piss all over everything I just said. But there's information also out there that just calls into question people in a way that I think even the viewers of Aaron's channel would be like, that's really weird. Oh well. That's all that really that's what matters. With the heat of an active volcano. Well, that's a very funny, ironic term, using the volcano. Oh, Crochet Granny. Don't be scared to chat, chatters. I dare you. In fact, everybody that normally chats, stop so other people can have a turn. Oh, you meant it that way. Look at Purple Roses has a sense of humor, everybody. Can we all just get along? Hug it out. Fucking hug it out, people. Oh. This is a safe space for lurkers and funny trolls. I'm not changing subject. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to sit and see why I want to say it and how it been. I know I could, but I don't think I could explain it properly right now. So it would look like just like petty patty, which is totally okay. But I'm just not in a petty patty stream space. Tomorrow I see you. Yes. Jules, what's cracking? No, it's not even tea. It's just a like, that's I'll say it. All right, hold on. Let me just shift gears. For anybody still watching that has respect for me and integrity, thinks I have integrity, just trust me when I say that I might not verbalize it very well, but it's yet another thing that makes me go, It's another reason. Actually, it does. It plays into this whole thing. It's not about listening to other people that are much more verbal about their distaste for people's behaviors or actions. It's a genuine distrust for me. When I hear misinformation repeatedly and then no desire to correct it, no going back and fixing it, just moving on, that created a distrust. There's narratives and OSA agents and all that kind of shit out there, and there's, people saying that, anybody, I mean, people are accused of being OSA all the time, right? So that that's not this, but we have I don't even know. Actually, let me verbalize it more later. I want to process it, but I was thinking about the timeline of something because here's another thing that happened. I found you know how the channels a video will start playing from another video? That happens to me a lot when cuz it'll play on my phone and I'm listening to things or I'm busy and I'm not like sitting there staring at my phone all day. So a lot of times it's like sitting playing audio while I'm doing other shit. And a channel popped up that I'd never actually been to, and it was that Potato Foundation one, but it was just going and I was just letting it play. I didn't even realize what it was. But anyway, then when I went to look at it, it was only a couple minutes in, and then I realized, oh, this is that potato thing people are always talking about. Oh, peaceful drama, you're bad, just bad. I am. I am because it's like, again, it's just about what is going on here. I want to believe in the greater like picture. I want to believe that they have this platform to do good, but then also I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying, but I also don't know that I believe that's going to happen. And I think this is me having to accept that it probably won't. That's why I don't want to talk about it again, because it's like I've said my piece. People are out there. They can make their own decisions. The info's out there. People can look it up. They don't have to believe a channel person saying it. You can look it up yourself. But in April of 2024, not this year, Aaron had addressed the situation with the bar people, right? Where he got in an altercation with the chick's boyfriend or whatever. Well, that is not what I'm talking about. So before anybody watching this gets triggered, that might be triggered by that. But it was this potato thing. Yeah, it's 3 minutes in. It was just going. And he was saying that he was the victim of assault and that the woman was a Scientologist. And maybe are there 2 bar incidences? Because I thought that was the woman that he said he would been messaging the year prior because she's fucking hot or whatever. Is that the same woman? Or are there 2 incidences at a bar? Because I'm confused if it's the same woman, why he was sliding in her DMs if she was a Scientologist. No 2 incidences? Throw a comma in there. I don't know what you're saying. I guess I have to watch the Potato Foundation video. He knew her from Scientology. Yeah, but in this video, he says she was a Scientologist, or she is one. Hold on, let's check it. Maybe, oh, thank you. Maybe he was saying she was in the past. Okay, see what I mean? That's good. That's good. That's good. Maybe that's what he said. That makes sense. But if he said that she was one at the time, I was confused. I was like, wait, why are you trying to make the sexual relations with a Scientologist? Like, what's happening here? What's up, bud?
I get assaulted by the boyfriend of a Scientologist. Does anyone?
Never mind, it's right there. But he said that was the one he was hitting up, sliding in the old DMs, to use his language. He said he was writing her a year prior, but he just said she's a Scientologist. So I don't understand. Why is he trying to bone a Sciento? How's the Growing Up in Scientology #1 channel for taking out Scientology? Why are you trying to bone a Sciento, bro? Why you try to bone the Sciento, bro? Oh, cultural appropriation. I must be tired. So what's that about? Is that news to me? Has everybody talked about that? These are just the things that I'm like, I don't know, that seems odd. I believe there were two incidences, drunk and disorderly or whatever, as the people call it. No, 2 police cam incidences, right? One, he was messaging her and at a later date called her a well, cunt, I'll say it, and had a ruckus with her fellow. Then there was another incident where he was bugging 2 girls and got thrown out. Yeah, but the first one, the one where he got knocked the fuck out. No, well, he got punched. He said he was the victim of a assault by a dude. Okay, but why were you trying to fuck a Sciento? Because she's hot. No, I'm not saying you were trying to fuck her, but why were you messaging her a lot the year prior? It's old news that he was trying to hit up a Scientologist, though. I knew the story. I never knew she was still a Scientologist. And he's saying she's hot and that's why he was messaging her. But why? Like, how does that, you see what I'm saying? I don't have the words for it, but I'm like, but, and people wonder why we're like, who's paying this? What OSA operative are you? Not him, but anybody. These are the things that make people like me go, what? Yeah, but she's a Scientologist. Am I the only one that's like that's not mathing for me? All right. Comment Barry. Barry with the pink. Here we go. You think he had 2 bar incidences? I think he did. The woman Aaron said he knew from the Scientology's Hulk Hogan's wife. She's a second gen who's completely disconnected from her family. Who isn't completely. Yeah, I know, but yes, I remember the story. I was watching Aaron when this stuff was happening, and he was doing that video, I think, even. But it just because I was literally busy doing something and it rolled over onto the potato. You guys probably can see. You probably saw I'm not subscribed to their channel. I don't see their shit. I've never seen their shit that I'm aware of. I don't know why today that popped up today. It clicked in my brain and I just thought, why would you try to have any engagement with a Scientologist, an active Scientologist? And then I guess, yeah, if she's like disconnected from family, but she's not. I've seen his videos where he says that she's trying. No, that's not true. He's done videos on her and Hulk Hogan. I've watched them. I saw it. Although I'm also saying that maybe the facts aren't always right. So see what I mean? This is why I'm like, I think we need to be really on it with our facts. That's why I didn't want to say this is what happened. You guys, this is what that totally happened. I'm like, this is my journey. I heard this. Make it make sense. I don't know. Allegedly. I'm not, Brenda. Bless your heart, Brenda. I'm not ragging on someone over a bar fight. I don't care. I'm Irish. I'm not laying in on him either. That's gross. um, it's it's not criticism. I'm sorry you, and I'm not sorry at all. If that's how you perceive it, that's totally on. That's you. That's cool. I've now spent hours elaborating my intention for the bigger picture and taking out Scientology. I'm tired. I actually don't ever want to bring him up again. So I brought this up so I don't have to ever talk about it again. And to kind of own my shit and say, I'm not going to be a weakling and just pass it on to somebody else. But I just, as somebody who is highly skeptical of people's intentions and motives, there are things that sometimes make me question whose side somebody really might be on. And I don't mean sides like taking sides. I mean like who's paying OSA or not, or who's OSA paying. And I'm not at all saying that he's being paid by OSA. I'm saying that's the thought process when somebody with such authority and not authority, such a wide reach has misinformation so often. That in itself is a red flag for me, or a whatever flag, orange. These are just I'm human. My brain just ponders these things. Have you thought, Brenda, are you talking to me, by the way, or chat? Or do you feel like I'm quote unquote ragging on someone? Is that how you feel I communicate in a ragging form? And and bless you for using your opinion. I do appreciate that. And but I'm being honest. Do you feel like I mean, I know people can interpret this however they want, and they could say, "Oh, it was hate and she's ragging." But is that what you're saying about me or chat? I'm genuinely curious because I'm just curious if even when I do it as motherfucking-matic as I can, because I promise you, I have so much other shit I could say, and I can be very feisty, and I can make pretty funny jokes about people if I want to. Do you feel like I've been ragging on? I think he's a big boy and he can handle it. He's a grown-ass man. I don't think anything I've said tonight would have him feel like he's been ragged upon. I don't think I could do a discussion. I've thought about that. I'm like, could I just like maybe possibly entertain it? I don't think I can. I have boundaries about people I communicate with that I don't feel like it would be effective or get anywhere, but also I think I'm too emotionally triggered and that would cause me to not be able to respond or have like a normal interaction. So when things get a little heated for me, I know to drop out a conversation because I can't produce answers properly. So I don't think it would be effective. Thanks for talking, Brenda. You're tired of the fight between Aaron. Yeah, they should fight offline. Well, I don't mean to claim Aaron as an angel. No one would. No, I was just talking of all the streamers who talk about the impersonal fights. Oh, yeah. Well, again, and I don't know if you were here earlier. I think there's a large argument to be made that's just not being verbalized. That a lot of this is about people's desire to, I believe, in my opinion, perspective, it 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 may not be stated out loud, but there is an intention to call out behaviors and actions that people feel are dangerous or detrimental. That's legit. That's a real concern that nor is just the loudest and the proudest, but there are a lot of other people and channels that call out this behavior because that's what you do and it's the right thing to do. If you think somebody's harmful to others, you're going to say it out loud. I haven't said it, but but I'm not ragging on him to say that I think some of his behaviors that I've personally witnessed has been incredibly detrimental to the work that people are doing. And in regards to his communication style, I I think sometimes it can be incredibly unhealthy. I am not going to go out and say some of the other verbiage. I don't think that he handles situations well sometimes that are caught on camera, but other people have stood up for that, and I support them saying that, because I think that, like, calling Miriam a liar really bothered me, because I knew she wasn't lying about that situation. But it's not just personal, this is somebody that some people have a very strong belief that they're a threat to others. And I also, coming from a trauma-informed perspective, I do think it's incredibly detrimental potentially detrimental to other people if somebody that doesn't have an awareness of trauma, or isn't trauma-informed or aware of their own trauma, by their own admission. I'm not judging how they choose to live their life or whatever, but if somebody admits that they don't want to look at, like, their trauma and deal with it, and they're not trauma informed about how other people have it, I do think that's a big potential threat to others, and it lacks that awareness that one needs when working with victims. So yeah, I do think that's incredibly worth talking about. That's not a slam on him. That's just me looking out for other people. Things that make me go, ponderings I ponder. You heard? That's okay if you criticize me. I can handle it. I'll cry later. No, I know, I get it. But I think it's perceived as infighting, and some of it is, because there's history and there's shit that we don't know about that. But I think there are things that get in the way of fighting Scientology. That's what I was speaking about tonight. I think that if there's somebody harmful to not just women, but people, because they're not trauma informed and they're running a board that a foundation that works with victims, there's numerous paths that could play out where it's harmful to others. And when people speak about that, it looks like infighting, or, attacks on him, or a hate campaign, or what's the other Scientology word I heard? Revenge? Raise your hand if you weren't raised in a Scientology and you use the word revenge a lot in your life. And that's not to slam Scientologists, ex-Scientologists that use this language. It's just it's like, oh my gosh, the language sometimes, it's like the hate and the wars and the enemy. That's the other one. Enemy. Raise your hand if you weren't raised in Scientology and you have enemies. It's a lot, man. Yeah, I hear you, Brenda. I get you. Thanks for being here. Everybody respecting the Brenda here, I see. And the purple roses, I think. Right? Look at us growing and communicating. We all do want to just see the fucking cult be exposed and held accountable and cease to exist on this planet, but maybe they can go to one of their others. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you, intergalactic beings. Kane, what did you do? What did you do? No, this is good. This is one of the best chats I've ever had. This might be the best chat I've ever had. Not me have, you have. This might be the best chat we've had. People with conflicting opinions, communicating, getting through it, civilized-ish. Oh, you know what? I'm going to let it on. First of all, Rena, that is your opinion stated as a fact. And it's an opinion I totally understand, or a perspective I totally understand somebody would have, because I'm going to go ahead and guess you don't watch Nora. But if you don't know both sides, or if you don't fully know it, which again, how are you gonna? People yap for fucking hours and hours and hours on YouTube. I'm just saying there's a bigger picture happening. But we only see like little glimpses, or we see what's on YouTube or whatever. And it's not the totality of the situation. Because what would happen if what if I really started verbalizing like and getting really into the weeds about how I thought his lack of trauma awareness is a threat to people's being or psychology. Like, what if I really wanted to get into that? People would think I was on a hate campaign, but I'm just looking out for everybody involved and him and people that want to go get help. And I'm not saying the foundation can't help people, or if they don't have like a board member that isn't trauma informed, like they're still going to maybe get their money, but there might be others that are thrown under the bus in the process. And whatever. Get big picture, people. I'm an expansive thinker. I'm out here, man. I'm out here. They're characters, but I'm gut checking them. You're a character, Jules B. You're a fucking character. It's because I want people to feel like they have a space to talk about this shit. Oops. Yeah, I don't know what I just put. There you go. I never knew I had to say it out loud. Hey, if you don't chat much, chat it up, folks. But I don't want people that do that to come in and feel like they can't. I don't want people to feel like they can't do that. Yeah, it's probably safe. It's probably really safe. But it's also like a radio show, it's like the radio show host or a podcast or a YouTube video. They have their thing they talk about, but then they have call in, and that's what makes the show. That's chat. That's you guys. You're my caller inners. Oh, okay. Well, did you watch my how long have you been here? That's okay. All right. I'm adding to the nonsense. All right. I cannot I have zero to do with how you perceive information shared to you. But thanks for being here. Yeah, I'm seeing you all. I know. I get it. I get it. I've only erased one comment. That was because it was a little name cally feisty. Okay. Purple Roses, come to book club tomorrow at 3. We're going to talk about the 4 agreements. I challenge you to be there, be whatever you want to be. I don't care. We're not in a cult. Thank you to those that listened and heard what I had to say. I'm going to bed now for realsies. We all just take a breath. Excuse me. I had air bubbles in my throat. Good night. Good night. I was way more cohesive, whatever. I spoke more good in the beginning. I'm done. Oh, Scott, I don't know if it's going to happen. We're trying. I know I do. I'm a liar. I say goodbye like Chris. I end a live stream like Confident Chris. I'm going to hang up right now. 3 hours later. Do you believe in life after love? Okay. That's for MD Media. The hand. I'm trying to come home, MD Media. As soon as I know I have a house care person and some other things that might prevent me taking care of, which could happen in the next day or two, I will start my telethon and let people know. Christian, nice to see you. Good night. Good night, Buster. Good night, Chiara Sona. Good night. Good night, Purple Roses. Good night, Sue. Good night, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Good night, Lisa. Good night, everybody. Good night, Ann. Blanky. Go watch Brave Little Toaster. And to quote Brave Little Toaster, well, good night.